Here comes a new challenger!
Alright everyone, so, when you look at the Smash roster, who are the most worthless inclusions in the entire game? Insert Fire Emblem joke here. No, but in all seriousness, think about it. In terms of functionality, that's right, we're talking about functions, not characters. Don't think of the characters as characters. Remove that personality and just think of them as functions for 1 second. Who serves zero purpose? I'll tell you who. Daisy, Richter, and Dark Samus. Out of everyone in the roster, why are they in the game from a functionality standpoint? What do I mean by this? It's simple. So, Smash Ultimate introduced Echo Fighters, but if you think about it, out of the 7 Echo Fighters that we have, 3 of them are really just glorified skin swaps that were just given a roster slot. Does that actually make them characters though? Well, let's look at their differences. Well, between Peach and Daisy, Daisy's shorter and her arms are out, which means something, I guess? They used to have a difference, but Nintendo patched it out for whatever reason. And, well, now they're the same character. So that's a bummer. Okay, well, what about Simon and Richter? Well, the holy water is a bit different, right? I think? One's fire and the other one's aura, which means that the Pikmin can't go through Richter's, but it can go through Simon's, but Simon's doesn't blow up bombs, but Richter's can't. That's it, isn't it? Well, what about Samus and Dark Samus? Out of the 3 mentioned, they have probably the most differences. And by most, I mean very little. Dark Samus is just shorter. I think that's really it, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I guess their jumps are different as well, you know, hurt box shifting and all this sort of stuff, but outside of that, there's not much to it, isn't it? Now, maybe I'm being too harsh. Why would Sakurai make these characters not just skins? Well, in the case of Dark Samus, I guess you can excuse the whole floating aspect, I guess. But with Daisy and Richter, what was the point? I mean, if you were to look at Byleth, a DLC character, male and female Byleth have different idols, taunts, and even victory screens. Okay, well, well, you could argue that Byleth's a DLC character. They had more time to work on Byleth than they did any of the individual characters. Well, if only there was a character in the base game that had something similar. Oh wait, there is. Inkling, male and female, have different victory screens. So, therefore, they could have done the same with Richter and Simon. I mean, Simon and Richter's idol animations are exactly the same. I mean, sure, Richter kind of moves a little bit more, but in terms of their actual idol poses, they're the exact same, and, well, their only difference is just taunts and victory screens at that point. And the same really applies to Daisy. You know, I mean, sure, some of her idol poses are different as well, but, it's really just like animation differences, not much else, you know what I mean? I feel these 3 characters need something different from their original counterparts. Because let's face it, when it comes down to it, if you think about it, Pit and Dark Pit are the perfect example of this. Pit and Dark Pit only really have 2 moves that are different, and that is their neutral B and their side B. And those differences make you want to pick one over the other for various reasons in different matchups. But when it comes to these 3 characters, because there's barely any real meaningful difference, then honestly, you can pick one character over the other and it still make no difference. When it comes down to it, as much as I love these characters' inclusions, in terms of functionality, they really don't serve any real purpose if you think about it. They're just there to be fan favorites and nothing else. That is to say, like I said, I'm not mad at their inclusion, I'm happy that they're here. I just wish they had something. So here's hoping that within the 4 next character releases, they decide to experiment with the characters. I mean, well, we've already got Steve. I don't think they're ever gonna do it. 8 DLC characters at this point, and they still haven't given these characters any difference and removed differences. So, I guess these characters will literally just be glorified skins. who just take up a roster slot. I know that sounds kind of harsh, but when people say a character is wasting a slot, they're mainly referring to clone fighters, even though most clone fighters, if not all clone fighters, have various differences that make you want to pick between one over the other, or just have a preferred version of that character. But with these three, it's just glorified skins. In all fairness, like I said, I love these guys, but they really are the most pointless and worthless Smash inclusions of all time. But hey, do you agree with me or you don't? Let me know in the comments below, and if you could, subscribe. It would mean a lot to me if you help me out a little bit, you know what I mean? Anyways, I hope you guys take care of yourselves. We'll discuss in the comments below, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Peace!
You can be